Makeup by Imani here. Imani. So usually when I start off doing my makeup, I like to have a fresh face, clean my face, wash my face. So I like to do that, and then I pop on some lipsticks to get my lips moisturized, because to be honest, you don't want to be working with rough lips, especially when you're trying to apply lip liner. And I already know how that is, because I'm a makeup artist and I've done it myself. So it's just easier. It's easier when you have something on your lips already. Okay, so first what I like to do is my eyebrows. So I'm gonna list the products that you guys are gonna need, like the beads, all that. So I'm gonna list the products. I have a lot of brushes. I don't know if I should list the brushes, but I'll explain what type of brushes I'm using. But I like to go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade. I'm not sure if you guys could see that. YouTube taught me this. So you see the 6 month with the thing open? It just means that it's done after 6 months, and I've had this longer than 6 months. So with that being said, I need to get a new one. For my eyebrows, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color dark brown. So I have the James Charles kits. I have the James Charles brush kit for the eyes though. I'm gonna put this on mute because kind of a distraction. So I like to go in with my M158 brush from Morphe, and it's like a duo brush. Basically, it has the eyebrow brush and the eyebrow. It's an angled brush. So I like to go in and brush my eyebrows up. And what I'm gonna do first is line. Usually it's easier since my I don't know, my brows are kind of weird. It's like it's big and then it's skinny and then it's straight. So what I like to do is raise my eyebrow, get under there, and line it. Line underneath, line on top. Like this. And I kind of bring it, I create my own arch. And when we go in with the concealer, you're going to see how that comes to play, but I like to go along the little arch that my brow has underneath. Well, the curve, I'm gonna call it an arch because I don't really got an arch like that. Now, when I particularly do my eyebrows, I like to go, I don't start all the way from here. I start from to start a little bit after my brow, and then I don't have an arch, so I'm creating an arch. The whole point of doing your brows is to fill in spaces where there is basically no hair. And I'm gonna apply more product to this brush because it's looking kind of sheer, but you don't want your eyebrows too dark, but you can always brush it out, and I'll show you that. I just picked up a bunch of product and made it super dark. It filled in everything. And if you mess up, do not worry. we're in this together. We're definitely in this together. I'm here to teach you. Here to teach. So as you can see, I'm just gonna brush out my brows, and it became lighter. Mind you, this is an everyday look, so you don't need to be all crazy looking, all dramatic, I mean, you can still look poppin', but sometimes I don't always conceal the top because it just gives off more of a dramatic look for me. So when I'm doing something natural, I won't put it on the top. But if I feel like my brows are too thick, then I might go in with like a concealer my skin tone and blend it out really good. So I'm gonna do the other brow. I want you guys to see me, and I feel like you're not seeing me. Wow. I like to go in with this Pro Girl concealer. One is my skin tone, which is this one. Well, it's closer to my skin tone. And then one's lighter. Warm Honey, I'll give you the colors. Warm Honey, and this one is, oh, the thing is gone. I think it was Toffee. Put it on the back of my hand. They actually have really good brushes attached to them. So I would just put it on the back of my hand. I have a concealer brush. Also from Morphe, came with this. So, if I'm using a concealer brush, because that's what this is, you could use a concealer brush, or you could use the brush that comes with this concealer, and I really recommend getting these concealers, especially if you are a beginner. It's better to handle, you have more control in a way, because that's how I started off, and then I got into the brushes, and the brushes, honey. So first, when I conceal, I raise my brow. Ooh, there's barely any brow. Okay. There it goes. See the difference? Next, I'm gonna go in with Toffee. Also put that on the back of my hand. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna do a voiceover for the rest of the video because that's easier. That way it could be sped up and then I could just speak in the video. I'm starting, it's like when I first drew them. I'm kind of starting after, and then I'm still going along the line where I drew my brows. So right here, I felt like my brow was kind of thick and the arch was kind of high for my face personally. But remember, with makeup, you could either take away or add. So I added more concealer. That way my brow can look the way I want it personally. Now I'm doing my left eyebrow, and as you can see, instead of the concealer brush, I wanted to use the brush on the concealer. I felt like it was quicker for me because it already had the product on it. So pretty much I did the same technique that I used on my right brow. Start from the beginning of my brow, bring it along the line, and I'm also gonna do the same on the top. But for the top, I used Toffee. I don't know if you could really notice. I could a little bit. But yes, I used a concealer more to my skin color. So that way we can avoid the halo eyebrows. And halo eyebrows are brows, it's like it has a white ring around it. It's from the concealer. Like if it's not blended in correctly, then you'll have halo brows, which we definitely want to avoid. So just keep that in mind. Always use a concealer for the top brow that is closer to your skin tone, or you can use your foundation color actually, because that actually helps too. Now I'm blending out my brows with a smaller kabuki brush that I got from shopmissa.com. And what I do is pat in the product, then I'm kind of like dragging it out to blend it out more. I don't know, the technique works for me, but yeah. And then next I like to pat the beginning of my brow like I'm doing now, so it could give it a fade type of effect and not so harsh. For my foundation, I went in with two different foundations because the one that I'm putting on my face now from Maybelline, it's kind of, when I was blending it out, it's lighter than me. So I just mixed it with a shade that was like 2 or 3 shades darker than my complexion. Also, I would recommend that you guys get a foundation brush because personally I don't use them, but that's because I've been doing makeup since I was like 16, so I'm kind of used to using the brush to just pat everything in and blend everything out. But I do recommend, if you're a beginner, to get a foundation brush. You can also get that from Shop Miss A, get it from Morphe Brushes. I think Juvia's Place has a foundation brush, I'm not sure, but I know they have brushes also. So when I go in to blend my foundation, I like to use a large kabuki brush, which I got from shopmissa.com. The way you would use this brush is by patting the product into your skin, blending it into your skin, and it gives off an airbrush finish, and you'll see that in this video. So just keep watching. Take notes, guys. Take notes. This is a class, remember. After I blend my face, I go in with the brush with whatever leftover product is on there, and I put it on my neck. so it could blend in good. Now I'm going in with my concealer. I believe I'm going in with Warm Honey, and I put that under my eye. Some people do a triangle, but I just do those little strokes. And then sometimes I go in with my Toffee, which is more closer to my skin tone. And I put it over the lighter concealer so that it won't be so harsh. So you're probably wondering, what does highlighting your face do? It accentuates and brightens, brings out the areas that you really want to stand out. That's what highlighter is for. So you do want to highlight your nose, your chin, your upper lip, and underneath your eyes, but you don't have to always do your forehead. Next, I'm going to contour with Benin from Juvia's Place. It's a foundation stick, but it also works great as a concealer. So what I like to do is contour my cheeks, my jawline, my nose, my forehead, and that's pretty much it. But when you contour your forehead, you always want to do where there isn't any baby hairs. If there's baby hairs there, you're not going to really need to contour, because in a way your forehead's already smaller since the baby hairs are there. But for my jaw, it makes it more sharp, like more, I don't know how to say it, like prominent in a way. And then with the cheeks, it brings in your cheeks, it sinks them in kind of, you'll see. And then for my nose, the contour makes my nose skinnier, and you'll see how I do that in a little bit. So I'm continuing to use the same motions, the same pressing and blending in motions while I'm blending out my contour and highlight. Oh, I don't know if I said this, but with the concealer, you always want to have one that's 2 shades, 3 shades darker, and one that's 2 shades, 3 shades lighter than your skin complexion. The darker one is, as you can see, for the contouring, and the lighter is for highlighting. Now we're going to blend out that contour, that nose contour, so we can get a snatch nose. And what I like to do when I'm blending it out, I like to drag it up into the beginning of my brows, and it really gives off a snatched look, like I just got my nose done type of look. And if you want, you can add more contour if you want your nose super snatched, but I don't like my nose super snatched, so that's why I just did the 2 lines on the side and a dot in the middle. But a little goes a long way, right? Next, I'm going in with the RCMA Makeup No Color Powder. When I tell you guys, this is like the holy grail product of my makeup application and a bomb finish. This is, you guys need to order it. It comes in 1, you can get it in a 2-pack and a 3-pack, and I believe it goes for like $12 if I'm not mistaken. So I went in with a tapered blush brush and I'm patting the powder into my skin to mattify it in a way. So I do that on any area that I put highlight on, to be honest. So I did all the areas, and then I go underneath my contour, and that's gonna help with giving off even more of a snatched look. And now you don't even need to leave the powder. You don't need to bake for like 5 minutes. Like, you could literally pat it on and then dust it off within 10 seconds. Next, I'm going in with my Bella blush from Juvia's Place. I don't usually use blush, and you don't always have to use blush, especially if it's for an everyday type of look. But if you want to bring more of a flushy, rosy look to your makeup application, then have fun and use blush. So when applying blush, you want to kind of smile a little bit, and it like brings up your cheeks, and that's where you want to apply the blush to. Now we're gonna go in with our Fenty. Like, yes, I love this. I'm using a eyeshadow brush. I don't know what type of brush that is. It's fluffy, that's what I know, but it was an eyeshadow brush and I just turned it into one of my highlighter brushes. So I like to put it down my nose. I'm blending it out because it was too popping for me. Like, for an everyday look, I don't need to be so popping, but this look still came out bomb. I like to do my brow bone, a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and my cheeks. Now we're going to go in with setting spray. I know I used a toner, but that also works as a substitute if you don't have a setting spray itself. They both work the same way. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe off any excess product that we have on our lips. Me personally, I leave it on there because it does help with softening the lips also, but you still want to apply your Carmex, Blistex, whatever it is before your makeup application, because again, you don't want rough lips and you're trying to apply a liner or something. Now I'm going to go in with a brown lip liner and my Fenty Diamond Gloss in Diamond Milk. Is it Diamond Gloss? It's lip gloss, but yes, I like to line the top and bottom, but I like to keep the line inside of my lips. Since my lips are fuller, I don't go on the outside as some people do. If you have smaller lips, you do, however, want to kind of go on the outside of your lips to make your lips appear fuller. Also, don't take that as I'm saying like if you have smaller lips that you have to line the outside of your lips instead. But if you do want fuller lips, however, you do have to go outside the line of your lips. And also, lip gloss, this is a trick. Lip gloss, it makes your lips appear fuller, especially if you have smaller lips. But yeah. LOL, So I couldn't find my black mascara, but before I apply my lashes, I put on mascara. I apply mascara to the top and bottom lashes that I have. So I had to use my blue mascara from MAC, but use any mascara that you want, to be honest, as long as you use mascara, but preferably black. Now for the fun part, going to go in with my lashes, and then I'm going to use this duo glue. It is the best glue on earth, and it dries within like 60 seconds. And then I have a lash applier, so I use the lash clamp to apply my lashes, sometimes though. Now we're going to apply that glue onto the band of the lash and let it dry and get tacky. So when applying my lashes, after it gets tacky, of course, I like to apply the middle first, and then I go ahead and connect the sides. And also, if you're wondering where I got these long lashes looking like I'm about to fly away, I got them from Roman Lashes on Instagram. So if you're wondering where to get lashes, you can go to her. You can get lashes from Amazon. You can get lashes from AliExpress, but I wouldn't recommend that right now with the stuff going on. But yes, there's lashes literally everywhere. Hey guys, so this is the final look, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Just remember to hit me up with any questions that you may have concerning this video, concerning this look. I will list all the products that I used during this video. Also, I do love getting suggestions and ideas from people. So if you have any suggestions on the next look you might want to see or learn from me, please do so. Please suggest them. And yeah, it's the final look. I love it. Like, I don't even want to take it off. And oh yeah, these lashes, I wouldn't wear them every day, so I know y'all probably looking like, oh, that don't look like no everyday look. That look like you're going out. Like, no. These are the lashes I found. They're 25 mm. I think you guys could tell that because they're pretty long and I look like I'm about to fly away. But what I suggest for beginners is INV Kiss lashes. Is it INV Kiss lashes? I'll put it down below in this on the description of this video. But yeah, the band, it's already like curved for you. Some bands are like straight. For beginners, I do suggest getting the NV, and I really do suggest getting one of the eyelash clamps because it does help a lot. I usually use my hands, but for the sake of this video, I use the clamps. So yes, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.